Hey guys, my name is Abby, and I'm here to talk to you today about meal planning and meal prep, actually, more specifically. And I'm super excited to talk to you about that because it's honestly one of my favorite topics and truly has been the key to my success. I'm not sure if you've ever heard the quote, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I've heard it a million times, but honestly, that's probably one of the truest quotes about weight loss and success in general. So, some of the reasons that meal prep is so important is because we are very busy people. I know that I'm super busy, and so many of you women, you're working one or two or maybe even three jobs. You have kids and families and just, lives that take up a lot of your time. And unfortunately, with busyness often comes excuses and things that stop us from reaching our goals. But when we meal prep and when we get prepared for success with our goals, there's no room for excuses. And, I'm sure that you guys would love to have, a personal chef. I'm sure I would too. I mean, I definitely would, not sure. But, even with my husband, bless his heart, he often, when he wants to cook for me, it's salt and butter and, great for cheat nights, but ultimately, I don't have that luxury of having somebody ready to cook for me with every meal, the exact healthy meal that I need. So meal prepping is so important. Honestly, too, for me with my job, and I'm sure a lot of you who, some of us get lunch breaks, and that's great, but that doesn't mean we have time to go home and cook, or that there's healthy restaurants all around us really giving us clean food that we can eat. But for me personally, I've been at the same job for almost 5 years where I do not get a lunch break. And because of that, I could use that excuse to, eat just whatever's handed to me, grab the cookie when I'm really hungry, drink my calories in fancy coffee drinks and mochas and all that stuff. That's always an option. It's always going to be an option. Probably, there's always going to be options like that. But I don't have that lunch break. And I've been able to reach my goals because of meal prep. That hasn't been an excuse for me. I've been able to prep food so that when I have those few minutes or that little break, I can go for my snack. I can drink my shake, or I can, take that 5 or 10 minutes and eat the salad I brought, even if it's standing up, which honestly often it is. It's a luxury for me at breakfast or lunch to sit down. So something that I love about dinner, so I take more time for dinner because I'm busy and I usually don't get that time. So even more so, like, not an excuse for me to not eat healthy and take care of myself. And I need that energy. So very important because of how busy we are. So I want to talk to you today about just some meal prep tips and some of the benefits of meal prep for your success. So obviously first we touched on how busy we are and that makes it available. But second is just long-term success. Even if you're somebody who works at home and you could cook every meal, honestly, it's really easy to get burnt out on that and get tired of making, cooking and having dishes every meal. So that's like to really go the long run, which is what we're looking to do here, is have long-term success and health. You want to be prepared. Second of all is that when we're prepared in the moment and we don't have a choice to make, it's right out there for us. It's why would we not take that healthy choice? And so often, if it's there, I don't even think about it. I'm hungry. My food's here. I'm excited about it. I'm going to eat it. Another great benefit of meal prep is that it's going to be delicious. It doesn't have to be boring. You don't have to eat the same thing all the time. You can really make food that you enjoy. And one of the big things that I encourage people is customize that meal prep. Really find what you want. You don't have to eat just this one menu that you got in a meal plan book, and just repeat it over and over again. Especially too, it's like everybody has meals that they love more. Because I am someone who is I love my dinners because it's the one meal of the day that I really get to be at home, generally, not always, and sit down and eat. I'm going to save maybe my serving of cheese or guacamole or the little, extra bits for my dinner. And I'm going to pick out meals that I really love for dinner because I want to sit and enjoy them. I don't mind as much repetition with my snack or maybe even my lunch. So it's important, but some people, like I know with Kaja, being often at home in the mornings, I see that she posts these delicious, clean breakfasts all the time because she's there, and that's totally makes sense. That's a meal that she can take her time. She can cook some eggs and oatmeal, and that she's probably not going to have her superfoods for breakfast because she has time to cook it, where I don't. So really, knowing that you guys can customize this to your needs is super, super important. So I'm really excited for you guys. Meal prep is so important, and you don't have to be discouraged about it because it doesn't have to take all weekend, doesn't have to take all day. There's just some little tips that I'm going to share with you that have really made meal prep better for me, made it more delicious, and helped me cut down on time, on dishes. That's the only thing I don't like about cooking really is dishes. So very important. So the first tip that I want to share with you today is seriously, if you have one, if not, go and get one, incorporate the crock pot. I was always like not a crock pot person, and my husband got me one for like $30, and it has made such a difference in my meal prepping because I can do a few things in the crock pot, not all my food by any means, but a couple things, and it's just one less step. A lot less dishes, and I can work it into my weekly recipes and make it a staple. So crockpot has been really helpful for me. I'm actually going to share a crockpot recipe that is my favorite in a little bit. A second tip is Ziploc baggies. I know not everyone here is on the container system, but portion control. But if you are, I only have one set of those. I'm not going to pack containers all day everywhere I go. But I use them to measure, and I use those snack-size Ziploc bags and little freezer bags, and it is just super helpful, especially for things that you're trying to portion out anyway. Those bags are great, and and they're less dishes, to be honest. You can go to the dollar store, you can even get cheap ones, however you want to do it, but it's one less dish. I love Pyrex, and I definitely use it for my proteins and for things I'm going to heat at work, but it's total awesome. Love it. Love Pyrex. But ultimately, on the go, I'm packing snacks, I'm packing veggies and fruits and things like that. Those baggies have been super helpful for me. So that's my second tip. And my third tip today really for you is just truly to mix it up. When you're making I like to just make my plan before I prep, write out a bunch of recipes, and we're going to be doing that for you guys. You don't have to do all that work. We're going to be giving you lots of meal plans and recipes. But when I'm doing that, I try to do a lot of rotation. Even though I may love something and think I want to have it every day, I'm going to get burnt out on that thing. So especially with my snacks and things that I really do have probably like 4 or 5 things I have all the time, I do maybe one Monday, Wednesday, Friday of the one snack. And then, Tuesday, Thursday, I'll do the other. And I purposefully rotate the foods that I like. Instead of having them 5 days straight and then switching, just to keep things fresh. A lot of us are creatures of habit. I know I definitely am. So mixing up is really important, guys, because you're in it for the long run and you want to enjoy your food. This is definitely about enjoying your food, which is what I love about this program, by the way. I haven't felt deprived once. And it makes me think about what I can have, and it gets me excited about creative, clean eating. So definitely mix it up. So lastly, I just want to leave you with one recipe that's kind of the silliest, most simple thing, but it's been a gold mine for my success, and just stupid easy. But for the crock pot, if you have a crock pot, and there's definitely ways to do this if you don't, so, feel free to comment below if you don't and you want and adjust a recipe, but this is very easy in the crock pot. So every week, because I love this so much, and it's super, super versatile, I make a recipe called crockpot salsa chicken. And it's ridiculous because it is 2 ingredients. I take chicken breast, boneless, skinless. You can do chicken thighs, but I just find I have to cut off all this fat. It's a lot more prep. I get the chicken breast. I don't have to do anything to them. Put some salt and pepper, seasonings that I like. You can totally have fun with that. I just make sure that I'm using good seasonings that don't have sugar in them and try to keep it low salt. Put some seasonings on there. Place them in the bottom of the crock pot. You don't have to do anything to it. And then you pick out your favorite fresh salsa, whether it's spicy, salsa verde, I've done peach salsa, just whatever you like. I try to get the fresh ones when I can. Dump it on top and turn your crock pot on high for 4 hours. That's it, literally. And I do recommend doing on high over the whole 8 on low because I think with chicken breasts, they dry out. So I definitely have done it both ways, and I find that it's better on high. But when it's done, I take forks, shred it apart, which is super easy, and then I throw it in a Pyrex, and now I've got salsa chicken that I can do so many things with. I can make, even not just for my own eating, but say maybe I want to make quesadillas for my husband or for your kids. Grating quesadillas with a little cheese, some tortillas, or extra veggies. I throw it on salads. I put it on my burrito bowls, which I'll be sharing that recipe with you guys soon. It's my favorite. I throw it on quinoa, just whatever. It just is super versatile, and you just always have it on hand. And, I don't get sick of it because I'm not having it every day, but it has been an easy staple that I love repeating each week. I change the salsa up every week, and yeah, so I can't stress enough how helpful and easy that recipe has been for me. So I hope you enjoy it. Please comment below if you have any other little favorite staple recipes that you want to share with the group for your weight loss and for our success on this journey. And thank you so much, guys, for listening and bearing with me on my very first video. And I'm just super excited for all that's ahead for us and our team for the BeYOUtiful Campaign Studio. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.